Let's take a look at the difference between the original Gel Blaster Surge and the new Gel Blaster Surge. I'm calling this the version 1, and this is version 1.5 according to what I read from Gel Blaster. On the boxes, they're referring to all of these as GBS001, and the UPC code is the same also. Between this version 1.5 that's here and the version 2, which I'm going to show you in a later video, they still use the same ID and the same UPC code. They're not creating new versions of this in terms of inventory. They're just replacing the versions by selling it as the same inventory. So cosmetically, the housings look very similar. There is a noticeable difference here where they've added a screw to the new version right here at the corner of the trigger, probably for some reinforcement there. And the colors are different on the original Gel Blaster handles. The new Gel Blaster only comes with green fins. This one came with red and blue fins so you could differentiate your teams and they could swap them out. This one, only the green fins. I guess they did a lot of cost savings of reducing the amount of stuff that people didn't need. You can buy different color fins separately. Looking down here, the original Surge, when you turn it on, does not have a light. This one has a light to indicate whether it's in single fire mode or automatic when it's full on. If we look at the back, you're going to notice that the original Surge has this on-off switch. The 1.5 has an on-off and a mode switch. The mode switches between semi-automatic and automatic. The opposite side looks very similar. So if we turn this on, there we go. As soon as we turn it on, there's a little light that starts flashing down here. And that indicates that the power's on. So in the first mode, it's single fire. So every trigger pull does one shot. And as fast as you can pull the trigger, it'll shoot. If you push the mode button and then you hold the trigger, now it's in fully automatic mode. One thing that's interesting about the mode button and this LED is that when it's in single fire mode, the LED is flashing white. When you hit the mode button and put in automatic, the LED is on full. They've changed the design of these hoppers. On the left, you have the old grenade style hopper, which is a very generic hopper for this type of Gel Blaster. On the right, you now have this custom Gel Blaster hoppers, which I prefer a little better to the grenade style. The grenade style just, I don't know, looked dumb to me on top of the blaster. The old hoppers were prone to breaking because they were not very thick and weak plastic, and also the thread neck was not very strong. These hoppers feel much stronger. They're made of thicker plastic, and the neck here is much thicker also. The cap is taller and screws on better. Let's see if the old hoppers still work on the attachment. So a new hopper fits on there, screws in fine. Let's see if the old hopper works. So the old style hoppers will still thread on there and work. Let's see if the feed necks are cross-compatible. This feed neck is much more difficult to remove on the newer one. Does it fit on the old one? Yes, it fits. And the old feed neck on the new one, yep, it fits, which is good. So if you have old accessories, you can use it on the new one too. Let's take a look under the fins on the old one versus the 1.5. So on the original, you can just see the barrel here. On the 1.5, it looks like they have a plate, and then they have that sliding FPS adjustment switch that adjusts the velocity of the gels as they come out. Both have the wires coming up to the front, which I have not seen any accessories for those yet. The new one, the barrel comes out just a tiny bit further, And that might help with increase of FPS, because if there's still air pressure for a little bit longer length of barrel, it's going to increase the exit velocity of the gel ball. Are the fins cross-compatible? Yep, looks like it. Everything works. So those are the major differences between the version 1 and the version 1.5. And next thing to do is to test the velocities and see how they perform, and see if this actually lives up to the 170 feet per second expectations.